Wait a second, Daddy. I think you need to put your thinking cap on.
Thinking cap.
And some thinking glasses. Along with the microphone.
Alright.
Ready, Daddy?
Okay.
Okay, my name is Chalk Yep Toy, and I am from China, province of Guangdong, and I came over when I was about 9 years old, and this is in 1940.
I immigrated with my parents at the age of 7.5 from Hong Kong.
Hi, I'm Tony Yu, from Hong Kong originally. To the US, I think around 1983. I grew up in Hong Kong, went to high school in Hong Kong. Opportunity to come over to the US for college.
The American dream allows people to do, I think, what they want and able to actually accomplish it, you know.
My interpretation of the American dream is to have the opportunity to go to school, be the best that I can be, and make the most amount of money I can make, have the most fun I can have, and be as happy as I can be.
First of all, I wouldn't really emphasize on the so-called American dream. My belief is that if you are focused, if you work hard, and you could be successful anywhere.
When China lost the Opium Wars to Britain, life was pretty hard for a lot of people in China, so the prospect of a new home with new opportunities for a better life was an appealing one. The United States of America seemed like it could have fit the bill.
After all, there is that whole bit in our Declaration of Independence about life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and what could be more appealing than that? The 14th Amendment promised them certain rights, equality, and freedom, so they came with high hopes.
But the reality was different. Here's a whirlwind overview of stuff that happened.
I still had a lot of difficulty with language. So as a result, I had a lot of trouble at school. I could not keep up with schoolwork. And so that, I guess that led to basically I left high school.
Some of the obstacles I faced was the cultural and language barrier. Didn't speak the language very much, and it's a different culture.
Through all these years of discrimination, racism, and violence, the Chinese immigrants persisted and continued to build lives here and stood up for themselves.
They made progress in establishing America as a home by fighting for their right to be recognized as equal citizens. Because of our ancestors' persistence and drive for equality and a better life, it allowed for our lives to be the way they are today.
Our ancestors fought for their families, hoping for a bright future for themselves and their kids, just like our parents today.
The long and difficult fight our ancestors fought will never be forgotten. Although today we are still working hard and there are still obstacles, we are mostly thriving due to their constant push for progress, equality, and rights.
From there on, basically I worked in restaurants, and then my career at Boeing, I was hired as an aerodynamicist because of my physics training. When I got to Boeing, the so-called IBM business machines were coming onto the scene very big. And so rather than working as an aerodynamicist, they stuck me into the numerical computational group. And there I think I spent the rest of my career.
You know, one of my first jobs was having a paper route, tapping newspaper around the neighborhood and collecting money. One of my high school jobs included working in a grocery store and later on working for the Seattle Parks Department. That was during college years. Also interned at IBM in New York, and after graduating, worked at a paper mill, worked at a truck manufacturer, and currently working at Boeing Aerospace.
After I graduated from University of Utah with my BS in computer science and mathematics, I got a job in a consulting company, database consulting company in Washington State. Then I got an opportunity to interview with Microsoft, and I got a job after the interview, and the rest is history, pretty much.
My parents had hopes that I would be very well educated, study hard in school, and you know what? I have the same hopes for my kids. I can hope, but
The expectation for the grandkids is that they discover what it is that they like early. See, I didn't discover this until after my career was over. So, and this would be a blessing if they could get into something comfortable and become good at it. I think that would be very good.
Well, I think a couple things. Primarily, one is to provide them, a good foundation of both education and values. I think both of them are important, for them to be successful, in their future careers or, more advanced education or whatever.
Okay, so maybe you can make use of this thing, I hope.
I will.
Hi, my name is Jennifer, and I'm one of the people who worked on the project that you just watched. So when my great uncle told me to make use of his interview, I realized this was a way for my group and I to send the message that if it weren't for the Asian Americans before us fighting for what they believed was right, and if it weren't for their constant struggle in fighting for what they believed was right, then we wouldn't be where we are today. I believe that their hard work and their constant struggles allowed for us today to live as equal citizens with equal opportunity. And honestly, I could never take that for granted. And that's the message we're trying to send out, to not take things for granted.
We are the children of the migrant worker. We are the offspring of the concentration.